Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Zed for me, and today we're going to be tuning the car to Eurodyne Stage 2. So for those of you guys who have been following my channel, you guys know that I kept the Golf R with the Stage 1 tune, even though I switched the downpipe on it. And the reason I did that was to see if the spacer would work to keep a check engine light away. And I'm happy to say that the Blox O2 sensor spacer worked just fine, and I'll show you what I mean. If you take a look here in my real-time information, once the OBD2 connects, you'll see that the O2 sensor as well as the catalyst are complete, right? So the only things here that aren't complete are the fuel system and the evap system, which has nothing to do with the downpipe. So I know that eventually if I kept driving this car on Stage 1 or stock tune with the downpipe and the spacer, that a check engine light wouldn't come on. If it does come on, it would definitely be intermittent, but I know that if I can get all of these to be green, and even one of them is allowed not to be green in New York, I would still be able to pass inspection. So that was my main concern before I wanted to actually tune the car to Stage 2. Now that I know that on a stock tune or Stage 1 tune with a downpipe will pass inspection, I'm ready to tune this car to Stage 2 so that I can make full use of the downpipe and the car won't be running lean. Now for the past day or so, when I've had the downpipe in, I've been driving really slowly and not really stepping hard on it because I didn't want the car to run lean. So now that I know I can flash to Stage 2, that's what I'm going to be doing through Eurodyne's software. I want to say thank you to one of the guys on my channel who told me not to actually flash my car without putting a battery tender on. It is getting a little bit cold out, so that's what I'm going to be doing before I actually do the flashing process to make sure that the car's battery can handle it, because apparently when you're flashing the car, the ECU uses quite a bit of juice. So I want to make sure that the car will be able to handle a full tune without dying on me, which would be catastrophic for the ECU. Alright, so now that I know the car will be fine for the entire time, I am going to flash Stage 2. Stage 2, 93 octane, download selected file and flash ECU. Make sure ignition is on and the engine is off, which it is. And now I'm going to let it do its thing. Alright, so for those of you who have been following the channel for a while, you guys know that I wanted to do Stage 2 for a really long time. So once this is done actually flashing, I'll go out for a drive and give you guys my impressions. There was one time where I had to get my car out of the way of another driver and I stepped on it a bit, and I can definitely say already that there is a sense of urgency now with the downpipe being completely catless with no restriction there. It definitely feels a little bit more peppy, so I can't wait until I can actually floor it, and go out for a drive in a little bit. I'll update you guys as soon as this is done installing. Alright, so that actually only took about 5 minutes. Last time when I was flashing the age from Stage 1 to stock and then stock back to Stage 1, it took quite a bit of time. So I guess maybe for stock Stage 1 to Stage 2, the difference isn't that big, so the flashing didn't take that long. As far as I saw, it only flashed a couple of blocks. Maybe it was block 5. I'm not sure if it even flashed block 6. I was sitting here on my phone thinking it would take a long time, but it happened really quickly, and it was telling me to turn the ignition off. I did, turn it back on, and I did, and then all of a sudden it said it was done. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure if there's a way to check what tune you're actually on right now, but I'm pretty sure it should be okay. So let's go out for a drive. So for those of you who are wondering what Stage 2 does to your OBD2 readiness monitors, I'm wondering myself as well. Let's take a look and I'll tell you. Let's see. So basically here, the secondary air system, that was not available before as far as I know. Okay, so here it is. So as you can see here, the catalyst says not available. So essentially what the stage 2 file does is it makes it not available for emissions purposes, so that when you actually go to the inspection place, when they hook up your computer, they're going to count that as basically a faulty reading. You're allowed one faulty reading, I believe, for cars after 2002 and 2 between 96 and 2002. So basically, if these are all complete, if these are all green, I'll be able to leave my car stage 2 and actually get it inspected when March comes around. So basically now the main difference between stage 2 and stage 1 in terms of emissions readiness monitors is that the catalyst is made not available on stage 2, whereas on stage 1 or stock, obviously all the monitors are going to be available. All right, so we're going for the first drive. Car is now stage 2. For those of you who want to see the install video, check out the video previous to this one. I'll put it in the link in the description so that you guys can see. So obviously I still got to let the car warm up before I rip it. So let's go out for a little drive and you guys can hear how the car sounds with a catalyst downpipe and a resonator delete. And the valves are permanently open. One of the worries that I was having when I did the catalyst downpipe was that the car would be too loud and it would drone too much. There is drone right around 3,000 RPM. However, when you're not on it, it's really not that bad. So as you can hear right now, there's basically no drone. Really, the only drone comes when you're stepping on it around 3,000 RPM. See, right around there you could hear a little bit of drone. Right around the 3,000 mark. I'm not sure if closing the valves would make any difference. I may try it. Let me know what you think. So right around 3,000 again, listen. Oh, right there. You could hear a very distinct resonance right around 3,000 RPM. Alright, what else can I talk about before I really step on it and open her up? One thing I really love about the Golf R in general is just how refined it is. Even with all these mods that I've done to it, I still feel like it's a daily drivable car that's nice and comfy, and really you don't really give up too much creature comforts in order to get all this power with the stage 2 downpipe. So I was told that you don't get too much more power with the downpipe, but you get a much better spool of the turbo because there's less back pressure. So let's see. And yeah, that's definitely true. So that was right around the 3,000 RPM again, where you hear the drone. But as you can see, if you're on the highway, maybe not at 60 miles an hour, but if you're on the highway, you really don't hear much drone. I'll just let you take a listen to it. Like I said, all these mods that I'm doing to the Golf R doesn't take away from its drivability and just how well of a daily driver it really is. It gives you 95% of every category in terms of like usefulness, fun, speed, comfort. It just gives you all those things, and it does all of it very well, which is why I really love my Golf R. The car definitely feels much more like a turbo car now. It sounds more like what I thought it should have sounded like from the factory. When I did like a before and after of what the stock exhaust sounded like versus what it sounds like now, the difference is so huge. But back when I bought this car and I listened to the exhaust, I thought that it sounded really good already. So now I'm just super ecstatic that the car sounds that much better. A lot of the mods for me isn't just about making this car faster. And certainly, you know, like, look, the car rips so quickly. But like I said, a lot of the mods that I do to this car are really just for my personal taste. A lot of it isn't to do with getting a faster car per se. Certainly, I really do love the fact that with very simple mods, you can get this car into the speeds of some supercars of the early 2000s, which is, I think, pretty crazy for a family-sized hatchback. And you know, the mods that I'm doing now to this car are really just to enjoy the car more, which is why I did the resonator delete, which is why I'm doing the downpipe, which is why I did that open air intake. So a lot of people may say, oh, you know, getting the open air intake is not really best for performance. For me, that's not the only thing that I am looking to achieve, which is why I'm doing the mods that I'm doing. So to talk a little bit more about this stage 2, I really think the spooling is a lot quicker, as people say. Is there more horsepower? I don't know. Let me slow it down a bit here and maybe get on it in 4th gear like I sometimes do on the highway. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, the car sounds louder, so maybe it's kind of like a placebo effect, but I can probably guess that the car is a little bit quicker. It's definitely not like going from stock to stage 1. Stage 1 to stage 2 is really more about the drivability of the car and how well, when you step on it, the turbo quickly spools and stuff like that. So certainly it wasn't like a night and day difference, but it also wasn't something that I expected either. Yep, the car definitely moves really quickly, and there's definitely a difference between this and stage 1. So I'm just gonna turn back around, or maybe go this way, and get up to highway speed pretty quickly. I don't really want to launch it yet, and the reason for that is because it's kind of cold out, so I know that these all-season tires won't really grip on that well. So I'm not going to launch the car, but don't worry, in a future video I'll definitely do a 0 to 60 so that you guys can also see the difference between stock, which I have a video of, and stage 1.5, which I also have a video of. For now, I'll give you guys kind of like a sneak peek of what stage 2 offers in terms of acceleration. I love that this green light gives me right away. Okay, let's see. Holy smokes. Yeah, the car is definitely faster. That was awesome. So that was just basically going through 1st, 2nd, and 3rd gear up to highway speed, and that actually surprised me, so that was pretty awesome. Oil temp now is reaching into the 200s, which is good. But wow, that was pretty awesome. Stage 2, should you guys do it? What kind of route should you do in order to get there? Catted or catless, I think a downpipe is definitely a good choice. For those of you guys who want just a little bit more in terms of drivability, in terms of how quickly the turbo spools up, I think that the difference between stage 1 and stage 2 in terms of all-out speed is not going to be that great. but it definitely livens up the car, makes the exhaust a little bit louder. If you're considering between like a resonator delete and the downpipe, I would definitely go with the downpipe, because that actually gives you performance gains as well as noise, whereas the resonator delete is purely for sound with no changes in the amount of horsepower that you have. Honestly, at this point, I am so happy with the Golf R and where it's been modded to right now. I really think that, you know, a lot of these things that I wanted to do for the car, I couldn't do right away because of money reasons, but you know, over time I kind of save up a little bit at a time, and I'm able to get one by one the mods that I want to get. Really, I can only think of a couple of more mods that I would really want to do. One would be the LED tail lights. Currently it's still kind of out of my budget what they're selling at right now, but really, other than that, I mean, I'd be happy with like a carbon fiber hood, but honestly, the car is really where I want it to be. It has all the power that I want, all the comfort that I want, and the handling, and the sound. I'm kind of just having an epiphany right now, because I feel like I'm falling in love with the car all over again, just like the first day that I bought it. I mean, am I gonna do more mods to it? Probably, because it's just something I enjoy doing, but probably not too many more big mods. I doubt that this car would ever be going stage 3, although I guess nothing's out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, I'm really happy right now. I want to say thank you to all you guys who have been watching my videos, because part of what has been possible with this Golf R has been due to you guys watching the video, you guys subscribing, and really, like, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing with the Golf R without you guys. So, you know, it's kind of an emotional moment, but I really do want to say thank you to those of you guys who follow me, because as most of you know, I'm in medical school. Medical school isn't easy, but this is really a hobby of mine that kind of keeps me going, that is something I can fall back on. Making YouTube videos for you guys is something I enjoy doing. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to you guys, and please continue to show your support. I really do appreciate it, and the videos that you're getting are really directly related to the support that you guys give. So thank you guys so much, and that's just something that I wanted to add into the middle of this video. So for those of you guys who are still watching, I want to give you guys a sneak peek of what's going to be coming up in an upcoming video, but I'm not going to tell you what it actually is. All I'm going to do is give you a hint. It's a mod that I've already done in anticipation for stage 2, and the hint goes like this. Right now I'm driving in manual mode, and this is what happens when I switch over to just regular driving mode. So that's actually the only hint that I'm going to give you guys. For those of you guys who are keen and who know what to look for, you'll know what mod I've also done to this car. If you do, leave it in the comments below. I don't know, maybe I'll do some sort of giveaway in terms of a t-shirt or something, if you know what it is and you're the first one to know what it is. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.